In a world unseen by human eyes, where mountains glimmered like jewels and rivers sang with light, lived the Jinn. They were creatures of wonder and magic, invisible to all but those who were meant to see them. Among them was a young Jinni named Zahir. Unlike the others, Zahir was curious about the human world. He had heard tales from his mother about their strange cities, their bright lights, and their bustling streets. He longed to see it with his own eyes. On the night of the full moon, when the sky was painted in silver and the stars whispered secrets, Zahir wandered through the hidden valley where he lived. He noticed a gate shimmering between the trees. It was a portal unlike any he had seen before, glowing with a soft blue light that beckoned him. Zahir stepped closer, his heart racing with excitement and fear. The wind carried a faint whisper that called his name. He reached out and touched the gate. In an instant, he vanished from the forest and found himself in a world he had only dreamed of. The city was overwhelming. Lights flashed in every direction. Cars roared past, honking loudly, and people hurried along the sidewalks, talking, laughing, or shouting. Zahir looked around in awe. The buildings towered above him like mountains of stone and glass. He tried to call out for help, but the sounds of the city swallowed his voice. He turned to find the gate behind him, but it had disappeared. Panic began to rise in his chest. He wandered aimlessly through the streets, his small glowing form drawing curious glances. Some people screamed and ran, thinking he was some sort of spirit. Others simply ignored him, too busy with their own lives to notice the strange little figure wandering among them. Zahir felt a pang of loneliness. He had never been so far from home, and the human world felt cold and unwelcoming compared to the warmth of his valley. He tried to focus on remembering the way back, but the city was like a maze, every street looking the same, every alley twisting and turning in confusing patterns. As Zahir turned down a narrow alley, he saw a small boy sitting on the steps of a building, eating a piece of bread. The boy looked up and met Zahir's glowing eyes without fear. His name was Samir. "Are you lost?" Samir asked gently. Zahir nodded. "I am Zahir. I come from far away." The boy smiled and held out a hand. "Come with me," he said. "I will help you." Zahir hesitated. He had never trusted a human before, but there was something in Samir's eyes, a calmness, a kindness, that made him believe the boy could be trusted. They walked together through the quiet back streets, away from the busy main roads. Samir carried Zahir to a small park, a hidden patch of green in the heart of the city. Trees swayed gently in the night breeze, and the moon cast a soft light over the grass. "Sit here," Samir said. "Close your eyes and think of your home." Zahir did as he was told. He pictured the valley of the Jinn, the sparkling rivers, the glowing trees, and the mountains that gleamed like diamonds under the moonlight. As he concentrated, he felt warmth spreading from his chest. He opened his eyes to see a soft light forming in front of him. It pulsed gently, a doorway of shimmering blue and silver. "This is the gate," Zahir whispered, his voice filled with relief. Samir smiled. "It is your heart that found it," he said. "I only showed you the way." Zahir stepped forward, feeling the familiar rush of magic that filled him whenever he returned home. He turned to Samir. "Thank you," he said. "You have a pure heart." The boy shrugged. "I only did what I could," he said. "Anyone with a kind heart could do the same." Zahir reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, glowing crystal. "Here," he said. "Take this. It is from my world. Whenever you feel alone, it will remind you that there is magic everywhere, even in the human world." Samir took the crystal and held it close. The light from it mingled with the moonlight, casting tiny reflections on the ground. Zahir smiled, then stepped through the gate. In an instant, he was gone, leaving only the faint scent of musk and a gentle warmth in the air. Back in his valley, Zahir walked among the glowing trees, feeling a new sense of wonder. He realized that even in the human world, goodness existed. It was not found in spells or power, but in the hearts of those willing to help. Samir returned home with the crystal in his pocket. Whenever he felt lost or lonely, it glowed softly, reminding him of the Jinni who trusted a human heart. He learned that even creatures from other worlds could be friends, and that kindness has a power stronger than magic. And so the two of them, though in different worlds, were connected by a bond that neither time nor distance could break. This story teaches us that magic is not only in the skies or the lands beyond our sight. It lives in every act of kindness, in every heart that dares to help another. Even if the worlds seem far apart, the light of goodness can guide the lost and bring them home. Remember to always see the magic in the hearts around you. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Spellbound Stories and join us for more magical adventures from across worlds and realms.